one need to be pre-qualified when they're buying their forever home?
Hey, because you might not be ready for that joint.
Ooh, say it again. So, it would behoove us.
Yes.
It would benefit us. It would very much so help us if we took that same energy to our love life.
Please.
Okay? Because you might not be ready for what you think you're getting into. You need to pre-qualify. One of the greatest issues that some of the ladies share with us is, hey, I'm attracting all these different type of men, and how do I know which is which? How do I know a good dude earlier? How can I figure it out? How do I know if he's really worth it? How do I know if he's good enough?
Yeah.
And then when they don't really do the steps up front, they're not in our community. No, they're just out here. Okay. So then 6 months, 9 months, 3 years later, they're like, oh my gosh, I can't stand him. He don't do this, that, and the fifth. And he's not consistent. He doesn't follow up with me. He doesn't do this. And we'd be like, well, why are you even talking to him? And then we find out, oh, you never pre-qualified these dudes.
Yeah.
Oh, you just out here with any and everybody. Oh, and now you upset. Because really, he never really qualified to have access with you. So we want to pre-qualify to buy a home, once again, material things. When we're going to have our residential home, our forever home, that's a commitment.
Yes.
Right.
So you don't just go into that deal and you ain't pre-qualified. But we're going into who we're going to spend our life with, share our energy with, perhaps procreate with, and we not pre-qualifying these people? I think not.
What's happening, y'all? This your boy Eric Armstrong, man, and I am here with Shanoria and Erica Walker, and we're about to hit you with the first episode of Romance in Real Estate,
where we level up in life, love,
and money.
We about to get it in, man. Our goal is just to pretty much discuss some topics. I might need some help. You might need some help. But we're gonna discuss some topics that are that affect us. Some areas of improvement. But we're gonna basically talk about a little bit of everything when it comes to women who desire to be married, women who are in the brink of divorce, women dealing with professional individuals, men, and just like the relationships. I want to learn a little bit about everything, but without further ado, you know what I mean? We here.
Yes, we in here.
We here.
Let's
we
get
here.
it.
So we've been talking about doing this, man, for about 2 to 3 months, maybe even longer.
Yeah.
But
So we here, man. And we selected the first topic to be about pre-qualifications.
Yes.
Big facts.
For those listening, what are pre-qualifications?
Well, you know what? Let's start off. What are pre-qualifications in real estate?
Please.
Mr. Free Rental Property Guy.
Man, okay.
With no pre-qual. Come on.
So you don't always have to be pre-qualified to be an investor the same way you have to do to buy a retail home. So if you got bad credit, you can still get real estate because the banks lend based on the deal.
Yeah.
So if it's a good deal, they will lend on the deal and ignore your credit.
Yeah.
The credit is only going to affect your interest rate. So it's not going to hinder you from actually becoming an investor.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So that's one. 2, you don't got to have a lot of money.
Right.
A lot of people think that you got to have a lot of money. But, y'all got some big pockets. So if I got a great deal and you got money sitting, it's real estate could be an engine for outside investors to invest in and me give you a return of 10% on your money.
Okay.
That's going to be more than the average return in the market.
Yeah.
Therefore, that's an opportunity. Last but not least, a pre-qualification that you do need to have is just educating yourself, understanding your numbers, understanding how to identify great deals, and really building relationships so that when you get a deal, you're ready to take off.
Big facts. Now, you said when you're an investor, pre-qual, not always necessary, right? But when you're doing a residential deal, i.e. buying your forever home,
Yes.
you need to be pre-qualified. Right?
Definitely.
Right? And why does one need to be pre-qualified when they're buying their forever home?
Hey, because you might not be ready for that joint.
Ooh, say it again. So, it would behoove us.
Yes.
It would benefit us. It would very much so help us if we took that same energy to our love life.
Please.
Okay? because you might not be ready for what you think you're getting into. You need to pre-qualify. One of the greatest issues that some of the ladies share with us is, hey, I'm attracting all these different type of men, and how do I know which is which? How do I know a good dude earlier? How can I figure it out? How do I know if he's really worth it? How do I know if he's good enough? And then when they don't really do the steps up front, they're not in our community. No, they just out here. Okay. So then 6 months, 9 months, 3 years later, they're like, oh my gosh, I can't stand him. He don't do this, that, and the fifth. And he's not consistent. He doesn't follow up with me. He doesn't do this. And we'd be like, well, why are you even talking to him? And then we find out, oh, you never pre-qualified these dudes.
Yeah.
Oh, you just out here with any and everybody. Oh, and now you upset. Because really, he never really qualified to have access with you. So we want to pre-qualify to buy a home, once again, material things. When we're going to have our residential home, our forever home, that's a commitment.
Yes.
Right.
So you don't just go into that deal and you ain't pre-qualified. But we're going into who we're going to spend our life with, share our energy with, perhaps procreate with, and we not pre-qualifying these people? I think not.
I've been guilty of that.
Listen.
We've all been guilty of that. So then the question is, how do I pre-qualify? You have to go back to what is important to you. Facts. For me, no men with kids, because I wanted it to be a gift that I gave my husband and that he gave me. When I go into it knowing that is a value for me, and I'm not going to compromise on that value because that's something that me and God stand on, then you can be a good guy. You can be a great guy. You can be a hell of a guy, but you're not my guy.
Big facts. So it all comes back to our mission and before Boaz is knowing and loving self before you try to love someone else. Knowing and loving self before you try to date someone else. Because you don't need to date everybody. When you're dating, when you're seriously dating with intention. Right. You're dating to find the person as a woman from whom you came, or if it's a man, you're trying to find your rib. She out here floating somewhere. Where is she? So then we need to know what it is we need out of these relationships. What are your values? And I'm not talking about your assets at home. No. What's important to you? What is going to frustrate you to no end if your partner doesn't understand this? I don't think you could really be matched with somebody who had no appreciation for wealth building. Am I correct?
Man, no doubt. It'll be difficult. We speak in two different languages.
Exactly. So you're talking past each other. You're out of alignment. Square peg, round hole. What better way to save yourself time, toxicity, heartbreak than to qualify a woman up front? Yeah. So pre-qualifiers in your love life are those things, are those habits, are those perspectives that your partner must have if they're really your partner. If they don't have wealth building as something that they're interested in, or at least interested in learning about, you don't need to entertain them. I don't care what she look like. I don't care if she the baddest thing. I don't care if she in the choir at the church. That's a requirement for you. Yes. Your rib has that.
And like you already said, you said it'll be like we're speaking two different languages. And we've already established that one of the two top issues that couples face is communication. So why would you willingly get into a relationship with somebody who you know will not be able to communicate with you on your level?
Because she got a big butt.
We appreciate that.
Right. But
I'm just saying, she might be bad because
But you can put a butt on anybody.
Dick. I like natural. If you gonna speak like that, I like natural.
Listen.
All right, but seriously though, when you're out, and meeting people, I tend to think that the first thing that we look at is their physical attribute, or we're attracted to them physically.
Right, of course.
I think that's just natural, right?
That's correct.
All right. So then after that, you might go out, have fun, things of that nature. You know what I mean? Depending on how you dating, with intention or just dating, or interviewing.
Just out in these streets.
Just
interviewing.
You playing.
Hold up.
Just playing.
Okay, but you said interviewing. Okay. So why would we be holding an interview if we don't really know the position description?
Wow.
That don't make no sense at all.
Gotcha.
You can't make that make sense. That math ain't mathing. If I'm interviewing, then I understand. I mean, who are we interviewing for? Do I need a receptionist and I'm looking for admin? Or I need a data analyst? Do I need a program manager? Do I need an engineer? What are we doing? What are we doing?
So how do you help your clients determine the position title?
Oh, please understand. First of all, it goes back to your mission statement.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, my bad. I jumped ahead.
99% of humans on this earth don't know their own mission statement.
And how can you help somebody discover that or start to like get a grips of what that might look like?
Well, the first thing is we have to go ahead and send their representative home. That person that everyone else expects you to be, wants you to be, and you've become a custom being to make everyone else comfortable. That person has to go because your mission is rooted in your truth, your total truth. So it's not who you perform to be. And see, some of the best women in professional lanes, we know how to perform.
Yes, baby.
You tell me what I need to do, I know how to do it.
The whole show. Listen,
in college, every course on the balance sheet, tick tock, tickety tack, and you go up to her and tell her she need to have a booty, she'll have one by November.
Who?
Okay, because that's the requirement.
Booty boot camp is real.
Hey, what do you mean booty boot camp is real?
No, legit. It is a course that women take. It's an exercise course that
builds your booty.
It focuses on the things that you eat, your lifestyle, your workout regimen to help you build a booty.
Yes.
Hey, big shout out. Like, what's the website? I mean, I'm just saying, somebody listening might be like, I might qualify for that.
Listen,
we here for the people. We here to support.
We are. There's nothing wrong with having a big booty.
Get out.
Nothing wrong with having a big booty. Okay, nothing wrong with that. A very important point that you made is, hey, initially it's the physical. Your outside the packaging matters.
It does.
Just like in business. Curb appeal matters.
Now,
no curb appeal.
It might be right. I might not be ready.
Come on, I mean, I'm just saying.
He's stepping all on.
If your curb
pre-qualifiers.
If your curb appeal is not there, you're gonna get a lower offer. You want premium offer, you need premium effort. That goes into your curb appeal.
Yeah.
Okay.
Gotcha.
Love, curb appeal matters. So you can be the most God-fearing woman. You can have a great personality. You got more degrees than a thermometer. But if you're not taking care of the package, you don't have a curb appeal. So you won't attract a person. So the body from whom I came, if I'm over here looking like this, he over there looking like that.
Yes.
So I can't be looking a mess and thinking I'm going to attract the best. That just don't make sense. That's not reality. So when we're having this discussion about pre-qualification and we're helping women understand their mission statement, we say we need to get in touch with your total truth. And I wish we could go into all of that here, but that's a whole nother discussion.
Right.
But we help them really, truly know and love themselves.
That's it.
What's really important to you. So from your mission statement come your values and your core beliefs. I know this doesn't sound sexy. It feels like we just went to school, but that's why your relationships are in the situation they're in.
Trash.
So we would pause, okay, and do this preparation, then we'd be better prepared to fulfill our commitment. Because people want to focus so much on commitment. He's willing to commit. He's willing to commit. He's willing to commit. I couldn't care less if he's willing to commit. Because if he's committing to do something he never prepared to do, he don't have the capacity to fulfill that commitment.
You know what we call that? You know
what we call that?
Help me out.
We call that taking a settlement.
I'm dead.
Yes.
Do you know why it's a settlement?
Tell them why.
Because a settlement is and let's say it's a dollar amount. It's a dollar amount of what you would be getting versus more if you actually went through the process to get it. So I'll go in the back room, shake a couple hands, make a couple deals, and I'll take a lesser amount because it was easy. Instead of going through the process and getting the max of what I really deserve.
Yes. So
we don't settle.
We don't settle. We don't settle.
We don't settle over.
We don't settle down. We level up. Period. So if you're willing to do the work, it's just like you see a good property. It's a rehab, but you need to put in some sweat equity.
Right.
Understand that?
Yeah.
No doubt.
You don't do no sweat equity, you don't get the full return.
Right.
So we have individuals out here who want this type of relationship goals.
Yes.
Travel, bae, marriage goals. Hashtag that. Okay. But what have you done to get your seat at the table? Like, have you done a few things?
So a lot of women come across as like, well, I'm the catch. Like I'm like they feel entitled to that.
Like, you mean like a trout or a catfish or a cod? What type of catch are we talking about?
Right. Explain that to me.
Please understand.
I want to understand.
I'm a catch.
There are a lot of women that I hear deal with men, separate, whatever, and they'd be like, that's his loss. I was the catch.
Oh, well, if you a fish, have fun, Nemo. Here's the thing. I don't need to be nobody catch. I wasn't out here trying to get caught. You understand what I'm talking about? Like, what is that? Well, again, we say some things, we move in some ways in society that are simply not serving us.
No. And it sounds good. It's and honestly, what that is trying to do is that's trying to mask my hurt for you really not wanting me. So now I really feel rejected. And instead of me saying that that's where I am, I'm going to say, well, forget him. I was the catch. That's his loss. Right. I feel rejected because I really wanted something with you that you didn't want with me, but I didn't pre-qualify you in the first place. So that's me. That's not you. So, but when I'm good with myself, if I'm your cup of tea, if I'm your rib, then that's good.
Yes.
But if I'm not, thank you so much for the experience.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for this knowledge because I'm not mad, baby. I'm informed.
That's
Appreciate you.
Right. Ain't nobody's catch. If I'm your flavor, you're going to drink the whole cup of tea.
Real quick, I heard you say values, right?
Yes.
There are a lot of people that don't even know their values.
Yes.
All right, so like, how do you teach somebody how to evaluate the real estate that they desire?
Well, then we have to look at the comparables. We're going to get... Yeah, we would definitely have to look at the comparables when we talk about the market value, right?
So for those who don't know, those are houses that look similar in the area to define what the worth of your home will be.
Let's go deeper because, I love what you do, but, you talking to a realtor too. Like, we ain't going to slip. That have sold.
Facts.
That have sold.
No pending. You're right. Yes.
That have sold. Close the deal.
Yeah.
Likewise.
And you want them closer in radius. You don't want them too far because then you're going to be catching anything.
And likewise, when you're taking advice from people who have not gone where you're trying to go, that's not a comparable. Why you listening to them? Taking relationship advice from people who's single, but you want to be married.
Why?
That math ain't mathing. Can't make that make sense.
Your daddy, your granddaddy, your uncles, they all did it wrong. And you sitting around the table sipping with them and they trying to give you advice. Sir,
yeah,
please.
Let's get real. How many uncles told you go sleep with as many girls that sleep with you?
I ain't never had an uncle tell me that.
Well,
you know what I'm saying? But they sure didn't stop me.
Oh,
I never had a. So
hold on. Don't brush past it. Let's go. Let's go.
Sit in it.
So sit right there. So we're encouraging behavior, or we're overlooking behavior. We're allowing behavior that's actually to your detriment. Because it's going to take you longer to learn how to truly love a woman when you out here just dicking down anything that will lay with you.
I feel like that's a norm.
I mean,
not for myself.
If you know what I mean?
But like, I've been in this situation.
I mean,
you know what I'm saying? Just being honest with you.
Most have. They sold their oats. Just like coming to America. You go to Queens to sow your royal oats.
So how do you help somebody in that situation? Because I feel like a lot of people are in sexual relationships, and that's all it really is.
Well, first, why have we made sex an obligation in somebody that you are merely dating? So that just means, okay, I'm dating you and I'm dating you and potentially you. And the expectation is you get to lay me on my back and spread my legs.
But for why?
What kind of progress are we making there? Because honestly, sex is a distraction if you don't really know the person.
Back to the pre-qualification.
So then you're having relations, right? And then you really fall in like or lust with their sex, especially if it's good sex. And then you stay there for however long, 1 year, 2 years, 8 years. And then the person that you're with, you look up and you like, damn, I don't even like you. You never liked them. But you were so focused or fixated or distracted by her lips, the ones at the bottom, not the top.
Big facts.
Then you completely bypass that she don't keep a clean house, that she don't take a shower every day, that she don't like to cook, that she don't treat her kids nice, and she ain't gonna treat yours nice either.
And she can't speak life into you. She can't encourage you. She can't pull nothing out of you. Who is this woman that you with? Distraction. But I mean, you dicked her down a time or two. Here's the facts. You're going to be sexually compatible with 20 times more people than you're actually going to be relationally compatible with.
Facts.
So when Erica says that sex is a distraction, it's just that. So when women minimize their true needs, even their need for intimacy. Let me touch this real quick. Because I have so many ladies who talk to me and tell me they want intimacy when really what they're talking about is, oh, well, I just want it. And I'm like, what is it? And they're talking about sex, but you actually want intimacy. Those are not one and the same.
Mm-mm.
And if you have a mature individual who understands the levels of sex and the levels of intimacy, then you know how to be intimate with a person without even touching them.
Please.
I can be intimate with my husband from across the room. We're having a whole conversation. You don't even know what's going on, but it's going down tonight because we have different levels of intimacy. And I'm
What
sure
are those levels?
Well, one is experiential intimacy, for example, meaning that we've shared an experience together. It's like if you aren't there, you're not in on this secret. So
inside joke.
Inside joke. So experiential intimacy means that we have shared something in the past that only you and I know. And now we can talk about it in a public forum, but the public don't know what's going on.
Gotcha.
And so now you feel special. There's a word that I use that I've required that is, if it's not there, I'm not a part of it. And that is exclusivity. Experiential intimacy requires exclusivity. If it's not exclusive, then everybody knows it. Everybody has it. She's for the streets. He's community property. But when it's experiential intimacy, everybody wasn't a part of it. It was just you and me. And so that's one level of intimacy that is often just overlooked. Another is spiritual intimacy, having like beliefs and having like practices that we participate in. I'm not here to tell somebody who they should not love. I don't should anybody, okay? But when you get into a relationship with someone that doesn't have the same spiritual beliefs as you, you're going to have some inner conflict right there.
No doubt.
So it's just, and when you talk about levels of intimacy and you talk about sex, right? Because they're not one and the same.
No.
They're separate topics. So when we're saying what it is we want, number one, we need to be vulnerable enough to express our true needs. I'm actually having a need for intimacy right now. I just want to be close. Now, it might lead to some, but it might not.
Yeah.
But I'm actually going to be fulfilled just spending time with you alone. No TV, no phone, just us. And when you get into that, spending time with the person intimately and you start sharing, and that is this great space to pre-qualify a person.
Yeah.
Because why do I want to spend all this time with you? Why do I want to invest all this with you if you smoke blunts every day and I don't want that in my life at all?
At all.
I needed to know that up front. So when we skip that process, it's no different than going ahead and viewing homes and falling in love, and you can't get that.
Settlement.
Now you having a negative experience because you tried to skip a step. Whereas if you had pre-qualified, then I would have known what type of homes to show you. And I would have made sure that I showed you the best that were in your range, or I told you the steps that you could take to get to that level. But you would be having to do a little bit of work through the process.
Don't curse that.
I know, not allowed to do that. So pre-qualifications are necessary to avoid heartbreak for yourself. So when we get to know a person, right, you meet somebody you out, people want to talk about, what you like to eat, where you go to school, where you from. I don't care nothing about that. I don't care nothing about that. Let's get to the good stuff, right?
What's
Up
the good
front.
stuff?
The good stuff. Like, have you ever been in a monogamous relationship? Like, where you was only with that person? Have you ever been in a relationship without having sex?
Asking me, yes.
No. I'm just saying in general. These would be the questions. We're not going to put your business out here in the street.
Gotcha.
Y'all didn't pay for all that.
Well, I was like, when you said monogamous, I'm like, well, was the relationship successful? Because you can be in a monogamous.
Obviously not. I wasn't married.
Well, no. When I say successful, I mean, when we say monogamy, you mean I was with this person and they were only with me. However, at some point, somebody has the option to not abide by those monogamy rules. So when I say successful, were you successful at being monogamous, not just being in a monogamous relationship?
Partner.
Gotcha.
Right. And then have you been able to be in a relationship and not fall into infidelity? Right? Because if you've never done it before, why do I think you're going to wake up and be able to do it now?
Why?
You're not going to practice on me. Oh, no.
No. Hey, people change, people grow though, right?
Yeah, I'm not here to change you.
But guess what?
I'm not here to change you.
But guess what? We've all been somebody's
No. Like,
practice.
if I desire changing myself.
Yeah, go do that.
Yeah, you can.
But here's the thing.
But I can't
Whoa.
practice,
Over there.
I can't practice that being by myself though, right?
Back it up. Reverse. Let's talk for a second.
Yes.
Yep.
If you're hiring a contractor, you want to have done some properties before?
Definitely.
You don't want to be the first one.
Not at all.
But you've been out here cheating on everybody. But I'm special. You're going to do it right for me.
I'm a new man.
Listen.
I am living for the Lord. I am living for the Lord.
Nah, you ain't about to practice
Hallelujah.
on me. Nah. You change for you. Do that. Live your best life over there.
Over there.
I don't want someone, that would be the epitome of I'm being satisfied by your willingness to commit to me. Your willingness to say, no, but I'm going to do it for you. And all that passion that fizzles out in time because you don't have the capability. You can promise me the world, but you don't have the capability. That contractor, he might really want to be able to do that product for you, but he ain't never done it before. He don't know about the delays. Yeah. He don't know about not being able to get the materials he need, but you already knew that. So you had to get to somebody who was an expert in this. Yes. That is why we prioritize preparation over commitment. Are you prepared to be my man?
And let's be very, very, very clear. We're saying monogamy. What we really mean is discipline.
Are you disciplined?
I get it.
Because if you are not disciplined, right, to be about me even when you're tempted, right, even when other things come around, if you haven't, first of all, it's best to do it when you're single. Focus on just discipline for you, your own habits, the things you want to do. Maybe you want to drink 8 glasses of water a day. Maybe you want to work out 3 times a week, whatever that is. Because when you set those goals and then you don't do them and you continue to accept it, then you have normalized lying to yourself.
Please.
And if you continue to normalize lying to yourself, then you don't have no problem lying to me.
At all.
So this is why it's so great to have that season of singleness. People are like, I'm single, I'm ready to be this, I'm ready to be that. You're not maximizing your time. This is a great time to prepare for that person who's worth it. Again, they worth your effort. They're worth your preparation. If not, you just bring in your broken.
But let's back up for 1 second. Yeah. When she says the person is saying, you're saying, oh, the person is worth it. This is the thing. If you won't make a commitment to yourself, how am I supposed to feel about you making a commitment to you? If you weren't worth it, why would you make me worth it? You wasn't worth it for you.
And if you do that, then you're putting me on a pedestal, and now you'll have insecurity as it relates to me, because you want to do for me what you want to do for you. Uh-oh. See all these issues? Prequal. What you about to say something?
So what I was going to say is, a lot of people out there that need a pre-qualification.
Yes.
How can they contact you, assist? You know, what's the process?
Yeah.
Because there's a whole lot of hands open at the moment, you know what I mean? And somebody might be out there in a situation where they feel like they need some support. They need a sisterhood, a community that they can join where, when they feel weak and vulnerable, they have the support that you provide.
Absolutely.
Where can they find you?
The best place to find us is truly at getandstaymarried.com. That's getandstaymarried.com, where you can have our free information where we share the 3 secrets that women everywhere are using to get and stay happily married. And I want to be clear, this is not just for wives who are debating divorce. This is also for wives in waiting. Women who are like, you know what? I am sick of this mess. I am tired of this. I need to try something different. I don't want to do what I saw auntie, grandma, cousin, and all them doing. I don't want to do what all my friends doing. And I also don't want to just get married just to say that I'm married and then be miserable.
Because like I say, it's too many people out here married to somebody else's husband. He wasn't yours to begin with.
Big facts.
Oh, damn. Somebody married to somebody else's husband?
Yes.
On that note, hey, we're going to see y'all in the next episode. But for real, make sure to like and subscribe. We're going to do this every week, man. We're going to have some fun with this, man. Again, tell a friend to tell a friend. And we appreciate you. Till next time. Peace.